You know, for so many organizations, Microsoft Exchange is the absolute heart of communication. It's where the big deals get signed, where critical plans are made, and where a ton of sensitive data lives. But that also makes it a huge glowing target for attackers. So today, we're going to break down exactly how you can turn that target into a digital fortress.
Now, this might sound a little dramatic, but this isn't some marketing slogan. This quote comes straight from a joint report by the NSA and CISA. The message couldn't be clearer. This isn't a what-if scenario. The threat is real, it's right now, and we have to treat it that way.
So why all the focus on email servers? Well, it's pretty simple. They are basically digital treasure chests. Just stop and think for a second about what's flowing through your company's email every single day. We're talking confidential M&A plans, product designs, personal info on employees, financial data. It's the whole shebang.
And that's really what's at stake here. A breach isn't just about email going down for a few hours. No, it's about an attacker getting the keys to the kingdom. They could be reading every single sensitive email, stealing passwords, and using that foothold to burrow deeper into your network. So protecting Exchange isn't just about email. It's about protecting the entire organization.
All right, so how do we start building up these defenses? Well, like any good fortress, you start with the walls. These are the absolute, non-negotiable fundamentals. Get these right, and you've built a solid foundation.
First up, updates. And I can't stress this enough. Bad actors can create a working exploit for a new vulnerability within days of a patch being released. Delaying is just not an option. Second, you've got to get off those old, unsupported servers. If a version is end of life, it's basically a permanent, unlocked door for attackers. And third, make sure the emergency mitigation service is on. Think of it as Microsoft's rapid response team that can block new threats before you even have time to patch.
I mean, it's really this simple. Using an old end-of-life Exchange server that isn't getting security updates anymore, that is the digital equivalent of leaving the main gate to your entire company wide open 24/7 with nobody watching it. You wouldn't do it.
Okay, so our walls are reinforced, they're patched up and solid. But now we got to focus on the main gate and the locks on it. Because it doesn't matter how tall your walls are if an attacker can just stroll right through the front door. This is all about identity.
And the key to securing that gate is something called modern authentication. This is a total game changer. It's a move away from just relying on a simple username and password. Instead, it uses these secure temporary access tokens. This is so important because a token isn't your actual password. It's like a short-lived keycard. And that's what makes powerful tools like multi-factor authentication possible.
So you really have two choices here. On the left, you've got basic authentication. It's old, it sends credentials in ways that are scarily easy to snatch, and it absolutely has to be disabled, like yesterday. On the right, you've got modern authentication. It's token-based, it's secure, and it's the only effective way to do multi-factor authentication on your on-premise Exchange server.
And we can add another awesome layer of security on top of that called extended protection. The best way to think of this is like a secret handshake. It basically ties a user's login directly to their unique network connection. So what does that mean? It means even if an attacker manages to steal their credentials, they're useless, because when they try to log in from their machine, they don't know the secret handshake. The connection fails. It's a brilliant way to stop credential theft attacks cold.
Okay, so the walls are patched, the gate is locked tight. But let's play this out. What if an attacker still finds a way inside? Our next principle is all about making sure that one stolen key doesn't unlock the entire castle. This is the principle of least privilege.
So I want you to ask yourself this question honestly about your own setup. Does one person, maybe your Exchange admin, also have the keys to the whole network as a domain admin? Because if the answer is yes, then a simple email compromise can instantly turn into a full-blown, game-over network takeover. You've given one account way too much power.
The fix is to separate those roles. An Exchange admin account should only have Exchange admin rights. That's it. Use different accounts for different jobs. Exchange has a really powerful system called Role-Based Access Control, RBAC for short, that lets you do just that. You can give people only the specific permissions they need to do their job and nothing more. Simple things like disabling remote PowerShell for regular users can dramatically shrink your attack surface.
So let's zoom out for a second and tie all these pieces together. We've talked about patching walls, locking gates, and managing keys, but these aren't just a random collection of tips. They're all essential parts of a much bigger, more powerful security philosophy called Zero Trust.
And this quote really nails it. Look, Zero trust isn't a product you can just go out and buy. It's a mindset. It starts with one simple, powerful assumption. You've already been breached. It means you stop trusting things just because they're inside your network. You trust nothing, and you verify everything, every single time.
And once you look at it that way, everything we've talked about just clicks into place. Hardening authentication with MFA, that's the core Zero Trust principle. Never trust, always verify. Applying patches and using least privilege, well, that's just minimizing your attack surface and denying access by default. You see, Zero Trust is the why behind all of these security best practices.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one last thought. In your organization, is security just a checklist you run through once in a while, or is it a continuous, proactive mindset that accepts that threats are always out there? Because at the end of the day, it's that mindset that's going to keep your fortress standing.